Hey guys, we are back with Madden 19. This is Jon Gruden takes over the Pittsburgh Steelers. So as you can see, we wrapped up Week 17. Yeah, the last video, I'm not really gonna get into it that much, but long story short, after I went back to watch the last video to edit it, it was terrible. It was it only recorded the first it was like a 55-minute video, and it only recorded the first 4.5 minutes of actual footage, but it recorded my entire commentary. So 55 minutes of commentary was squeezed into one 4.5 minute video, and it was all sped up, and it sounded like a freaking chipmunk, and yeah, it was weird. So I mean, not really too much happened in the last video. We finished scouting. We didn't fit. Well, yeah, we finished scouting basically, and we finished the regular season. We lost to the Bengals, 21-14. We ended the season 3-13. So obviously we're not going to be making the playoffs, but yeah, not too much. The Bengals was the game that we played the moments in. So yeah, look, we actually beat the Saints though in Week 16. So we'll go over here to see how the standings ended. So the Browns, the Cleveland Browns, my Cleveland Browns, won the AFC North with 9-5-1. The Ravens were 6-9-0, Bengals 6-10-0, Steelers 3-13-0. I feel like the Steelers would have won if we hadn't traded away all the great players, but you know, that's what happens when Jon Gruden comes to your team. You think you have a chance, and then nope, he just trades away all the best players. So, oh well. So we're gonna go ahead and advance the week. We're gonna go to the playoff wild card week and see what we can do. I'm not sure if we're even gonna be able to do anything in that week. If not, we'll just kind of run through the playoffs real fast. So here we go. All right, here we are. First week of the postseason. We're signed all these practice squad players to the team just because, you know, nothing else for us to do. Let's view the yearly awards. Let's see who got all the good stuff. So Tom Brady was the MVP. No surprises there. Tom Brady's the MVP. Coach of the year, Doug Marrone. Okay. Oh, the Jags actually had a good year in Madden. 14-1-1. Let's see here. Let's look at AFC. So Tom Brady. Let's see. Did any? No, I was gonna say but there's been Roethlisberger though. I was gonna say, did any Steelers players actually make this list? But no, of course not. Defensive Player of the Year. Look, there's Ryan Shazier, third. We traded him to the Chargers. Yeah. Offensive Rookie of the Year? Anyone? Okay, Mason Rudolph and James Washington. They got a lot of playing time because of everyone that we traded away, so that's cool. Josh Allen finished first. There's Baker Mayfield finished 8th. Where's Saquon Barkley? Because Saquon Barkley finished first. Saquon Barkley was the Offensive Rookie of the Year. Oh, wait, the Bills. He's with. Wait, who's he? He's with the Giants. He's with the NFC. That's what I'm messing up with. But Baker Mayfield did better than apparently Madden thought he would. And here we are, Defensive Rookie of the Year for AFC. Terrell Edmonds. Samuels is also on there. Denzel Ward, yep, he had a good year in real life as well. QB, yeah, I'm not going to go through everything else. But let's look at NFC, because I want to see where Saquon Barkley ended up for Offensive Rookie of the Year. There he is, he finished second. Kyle Lauletta finished first, also with the New York Giants. I don't remember him. But yeah, Saquon Barkley finished second, so, okay. All right, well, back here at the home screen, I keep checking the news to see if it's going to announce who won the Heisman, but it's not. So I don't know. We're going to go ahead and advance through the playoffs. If anything happens, we'll stop, but otherwise, we're probably just going to advance all the way to the off season. So here goes. All right, guys. So we've advanced all the way to the Pro Bowl week. We're going to see who is on the Pro Bowl roster. As you can see there at the top of the screen. Super Bowl 53, according to Madden, is the Chargers versus the Eagles. So the Eagles are going back after winning last year, and the Chargers. Both of those teams did make the playoffs this year in real life, so you know, not a terrible prediction, but let's see. I highly doubt anyone from the Steelers made the team here, but you never know. Let's see here. So we have Carson Wentz, Blake Bortles. Okay, they like Blake Bortles. Yeah, everyone else here seems pretty legit. No really surprises here yet. Kenyon Drake. Okay, really Kenyon Drake? Yeah, I guess so. Julio Jones, Amendola, Baldwin. I don't see Antonio Brown, and I didn't see what's his face up here either. Le'Veon Bell. Let me see who else we got. Tight ends. No, I don't know. I could be like skipping over someone who was on the Steelers. I honestly don't like remember everyone who was on the Steelers before I traded them away. So I could like just completely be forgetting to mention someone. Myles Garrett made the Pro Bowl. Cool. Cody Park. I'm sorry, guys. I shouldn't laugh, but you know what? The hell of it is, he's not a bad kicker. He's really not. He just missed the worst kick, like at the worst possible time a kick could be missed. Like if he was gonna like make one kick all year, it should have been that one. But no, he missed it. So, alright, so that was the Pro Bowl. We're going to go ahead and advance. Okay, so it is Super Bowl week, Super Bowl 53. And as you can see, we can scout again. So we're going to go ahead and scout some players. While y'all weren't looking, I did upgrade Jon Gruden's expert scouting. So now we get 200 scouting points a week, which is going to be very nice going forward. So, yeah, let's pick up where we left off in the last video. Okay, so basically in the last video, we finished scouting all of the scheme fits all the way through the 7th round. And so then what I started doing is I went back and started over from the very beginning, like very top pick, and started scouting the non-scheme fits, but only like the younger players, the players who are like 21, 22 years old, because like I said, I'm doing a long-term rebuild here, so I want to get players that are going to be able to like play for this team for a long time, and I feel like the younger we sign them, the longer they'll be able to play here with us. So I'm going through, and each one who's not a scheme fit, I'm clicking on them, looking at their age. This guy's just 21, so we'll scout him. B- man coverage, C. No, 2nd round. I need both of those. I need at the least a C+ from one of those. So we're not going to finish scouting him. But yeah, I'm going through and just seeing, okay, who is like young, basically. I know that's ageist, but you know, it's a business. Okay, this is Devontae Darman, left tackle out of Texas A&M. Okay, B+ pass block, B- pass block finesse, B- pass block power. Okay. He might be worth a look. We'll go ahead and star him. DeAndre Gels is too old. He's 23. We will go ahead and go past him for now. Real Reed, run stopper out of Texas A&M. 22 years old. B- block shedding, B- pursuit, C+ tackle. Not bad. 3rd round. I'll take it. Christian Fortin. There's 2 3rd-round quarterbacks in a row out of Texas. We already scouted Nick Dorwin because he had a draft story. I don't remember what it was, but he did have a draft story in the news. Christian Fortin, he is 21 years old. B+ throw accuracy short. B throw power. B throw accuracy medium. Okay. I usually like to see a B+ throw power, but I mean, he is a 3rd-round quarterback. But throw accuracy short is B+. Throw accuracy medium is B, so like he doesn't throw it very far, but it looks like he's a pretty accurate thrower for the most part. But he's only an early 7th round talent. I don't know. I probably would have just looking at his skills thought he would be in the 3rd round or you know, at least maybe late 2nd. So I don't know. That's kind of yeah. I don't know. All right, next we have Brandon Cave, mid 3rd rounder, wide receiver, 21 years old out of Harvard. Okay, B+ catching traffic is off to a good start. B short route, and B minus medium route. Alright, so this guy actually doesn't look so bad. Now, catching, just plain catching, isn't one of the top skills there, so that might be something we need to kind of look at later, but yeah, well, yeah, you know what, the fact that catching's not on there, I'm not going to add him to the draft board. Dimitri Richards, 23. Nope, moving on. Alan Rennes, mid-third round wide receiver out of Villanova. He's 21 years old. B minus catching. Okay, I'd like to see a B there, but you know, let's see if everything else is maybe good. He's got B minus short route, which isn't bad, and B minus catch and traffic. So everything is at least a B minus, but he's still projected to be a late 5th round talent. So we'll have to look at his combine and see if he's like slow or something. All right, right after him we have Lacey Hoover out of Montana State. I didn't even know Montana State was a thing. He's a right end. Sorry if you go to Montana State or something, but I've never heard of Montana State. I'm sure it's a thing. Montana's a big state. But yeah, right end Lacey Hoover out of Montana State, 22 years old. B minus finesse moves, okay. C plus tackle. I might as well use the 5 points because I'm not going to be able to use that 12 on something unless it's like an offensive lineman. So mine, okay, it's all right. It was a C plus as well, which is the best you can hope for, and it's pursuit, which isn't bad, especially if you're trying to go after a quarterback in the backfield. We'll add him to the draft board, and yeah, that'll be it for this scouting week. So this is Super Bowl week actually, and before we move on, let's go ahead and look at the playoff schedule and just see like who all made the playoffs and what it took to get here and all that fun stuff. So this week, let's actually go back to wild cards. So these were the wild card matchups: Texans and Patriots. Patriots beat the Texans. Dallas beat the Saints. Oakland beat Cleveland. And Seattle beat Minnesota. So let's see. I think because Dallas did win. Dallas and New England wasn't even in the wild card because they got the bye week. Dallas did win their wild card game. Oakland and Cleveland weren't even in the playoffs. That game, Raiders at Browns, is like the most laughable game ever. And then Seahawks and Vikings. Seahawks actually lost to Dallas in the first round, so that's false. But didn't the Vikings lose in the first round? I think they did. The divisional, we had the Raiders and the Jags. Jacksonville won very easily. Philadelphia beat Dallas. Oh, so yes, Philadelphia beat Dallas. The Chargers beat the Patriots, which didn't happen. And then the Rams beat the Seahawks. So then conference matchup is the Chargers versus the Jags, which the Chargers won. And the Rams versus the Eagles. Oh, we could have had an LA versus LA Super Bowl, but yeah, it didn't happen. So that's how the Philadelphia Eagles and the Jacksonville Jaguars got to the Super Bowl. So let's go ahead and advance and see who ended up taking it all. Alright, so it is now the first week of the preseason. As you can see, the Chargers beat the Eagles 31-17 in Super Bowl 53. So Phillip Rivers finally got his Super Bowl ring, according to Madden, which is nice. I honestly was hoping, like, that was actually what I was hoping for was in this year. Of the teams that made the playoffs, I wanted to see the Chargers win just so that Phillip Rivers could get a ring, but that obviously didn't happen. So today is Super Bowl Sunday, by the way, as I'm playing this video. Hopefully I'll be able to edit it and get it uploaded before the game starts, but just in case you didn't know, today is Super Bowl Sunday as I am playing this. The Super Bowl hasn't happened yet, obviously. But yeah, we'll be watching to see if the Rams or the Patriots win tonight. Gonna be exciting. Anyway, off-season, it's re-sign period, so we're just gonna go through these players one more time to see if there's anyone that we want to re-sign. Okay, so here we go. League news: Nick Doring, who was the best of the best at the All-Star game. No question who's the #1 QB in the draft. Okay, so that's good actually. I like to take pictures of the draft stories so that I can like remember them when it actually comes time to like draft and like scout. I can go back and say, oh yeah, this guy was the All-Star. Because these draft stories are the best indicator, like I said, of who's gonna be like quick, star, superstar, all that fun stuff. So I never saw who won the Heisman though, and that I don't know. I don't like that. I never saw who won the Heisman, and I checked it every week. So I don't know. We're gonna go ahead and advance to next week. All right, so here we are in the next week. I plan to build this team through the draft, but I am gonna look at free agents We have 25.49 million available in cap room. Most of that is being kind of reserved for our draft picks. Because whenever you have draft picks, whatever amount you're going to give them is reserved. So that's how much we have. Like if we don't sign anyone in free agency, that's how much we should have theoretically after we sign these draft picks, unless of course we trade some picks away, which we'll probably end up doing. But I still want to see who we have here, just to kind of get a good idea of maybe some folks who can kind of fill in some gaps before we get.
5 minutes later.
Yeah, so I've been scrolling for a little bit, and I'm honestly not really seeing anyone that I like really feel like I need to pick up. So we'll probably just move on. We'll probably sim through the off season here and just get to where we can start scouting again. It's the next week now. We're in off season week 2, stage 2. So Mark Schlereth is saying Brock Leonard is looking like the real deal. Can't wait to see what he can do at the next level. Don't know who Brock Leonard is, but we're gonna go find him. Okay, so here he is, Brock Leonard out of UCLA, a fullback, a 7th round pick. It's not very often that you get someone in the 7th round with a shout out in the draft news, but he is a fullback, which isn't something you see very often. I am actually going to scout him just because he might be someone good to kind of base other future fullbacks off of. I usually like to at least have one like pure fullback on the team, and this guy might be it. He might be it. A lot of his combine results are like first, second, and yes, as you can see, the combine results are now out. So he's projected mid 7th rounder, but it says he has mid 6th rounder talent. So I'm actually definitely going to star him. Fullback is always good for blocking. The fact that he got a shout out, he might have a good development trait. He's not a scheme fit, unfortunately, but maybe we can mold him into one. He's only 21 years old, so he's gonna have some good years. I think it's around 26, 27 where they kind of stop kind of growing at a quick rate. So we'll get some good time out of him. So Brock Leonard, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so right here, Lacey Hoover. This is where we left off scouting last week, or the last time that we were able to scout. So we're basically just going to continue where we left off there. Larry Fletcher, he's 22 years old, elusive. Now we can actually look at their combine to see kind of how they turn out. We can be a little bit more, I guess, choosy now. The 40-yard dash for him is the one that I'm going to look at mostly for a running back. If usually, like, my rule of thumb is if it's like 4.6 or lower, then that's fine. And he is 4.6 or lower, he's 4.49. So I am going to scout him. So he's got a B+ carrying. He's off to a good start. B- ball carrier vision, and B- spin move. So not bad for a mid-3rd rounder. I think we'll definitely star him, add him to the draft board. And we'll move on to the next person, which is Quentin Myers here, Texas A&M cornerback, 22 years old. For a corner, I like to look at their 3-cone. If it's, I usually say if it's 6.9 or lower. He's at 6.98. He does have good speed, though. He was the fastest corner in the combine, so he'd probably still be really good with man coverage. He's a man-to-man scheme fit. Or he's a man-to-man scheme type, I should say. He's not a scheme fit for our team, but I feel like I like to call a lot of man coverage just when I play. So he might actually be pretty good for us. So I am gonna scout him. As long as so man coverage is B-. That's perfectly all right for a 3rd rounder. Zone coverage is C-. C-. That's a little bit low because I'd like them to at least be able to do both, even if one is better. Press is C-. So yeah, he's fast, but I don't know if that's enough for me to want to pick him up. Alright, next we have Richie Wharton out of BYU. He's a 7.013 cone. Like I said, I like for it to be about 6.9 or lower, so I'm not even gonna spend the scouting points on him. We'll move on. Alright, so next person we run into here is left end Steve Owens, 22 years old out of Oklahoma State. So for a defensive end, I like to look at their 40-yard dash because they need to be fast in order to get to the quarterback after breaking the tackle. And then I also like to look at their 3-cone, like how quickly they can move around someone, like a blocker. So for 40-yard dash, you'd like to see that below a 4.85, which he definitely meets. I like to see 3-cone below a 7.4, which he definitely meets. So we're going to go ahead and scout him. So he's got a B power move, off to a good start really. B minus tackle, which is great, and C plus pursuit. So he's actually not bad. I am gonna add him to the draft board because he's gonna be he might be pretty good. He's not, like I said, a scheme fit, but he's 22 years old. If we end up picking him up, like I said, we may be able to mold him into one. So we'll definitely keep an eye on him. All right, so next one is Devin Spellman, the quarterback out of Nebraska. He's 21 years old. Now, when it comes to a combine, to be honest, I'm not really sure which one is important for a quarterback. I don't know if any of those are really important for a quarterback. I mean, I don't know if bench press gives you an idea of what his throw power would be. I mean, I don't really know. Maybe, like, if he's a mobile quarterback, you may want to look at, like, 3-cone and 40-yard dash. But, I mean, for his scheme type, I don't even know if that's important. He has a B+ throw power, which is what I love to see out of a quarterback. At least a B+ throw power. He's a B throw accuracy and a C+ throw accuracy medium. Even though he's got that B throw accuracy short, he's still considered to be an undrafted talent, which I feel like is kind of harsh. But I don't know, maybe the combine does mean more for a quarterback than I think. If you guys know, like, is combine important for a quarterback, like the combine report? You know, let me know, because I am curious about that. I've never really relied on the combine in previous games when drafting quarterbacks, but we'll see. Okay, this guy, Rashard Levine, wide receiver out of North Dakota. He's 21 years old, so he's really young. For a wide receiver, I usually like to look at their 3 cones. Like, I usually like that to be a 6.9 or lower. He's at 7.05, but his scheme type is a red zone threat. Now, he's not a scheme fit, but a red zone threat is going to be someone who is going to be able to make catches in the red zone. Look, he's really tall, 6'6", so he's going to be able to, like, reach over a lot of people. His bench press is 27 reps. He's the second strongest wide receiver in the draft. Now, usually for wide receivers, bench doesn't really mean much, but you know, he's not going to let defenders really push him around in the red zone. Is what that means to me. So we're going to go ahead and scout this guy. He's got a B+ spectacular catch, which is going to be important for a red zone threat. C+ short route. As long as this next one is a C+, I'll be okay with it. But if it's not, then this is basically going to be like a wasted scout. Okay, C+ catching, but he is considered a mid-6th rounder as far as talent goes, and I wonder if it does have to do with that 3-cone being kind of high. I don't know, but, you know, 6'6", red zone threat, might not be so bad. Okay, so this guy was actually the last one in the 3rd round that we, like, that's not a scheme fit. So basically everyone going forward is going to be 4th round or higher, obviously. And everyone who is a scheme fit, 4th round or higher, we've already looked at. But if they're not a scheme fit, there's things that I would want to spend those scouting points on first. So I sped up this part of the video here just because this was literally like an hour and a half worth of like scouting and like looking at draft stories, and it's just a lot of time to be spending on scouting. So basically what I was doing is I was going back and I was kind of looking back on folks that I had scouted, and there were a lot of folks that I didn't finish scouting, like I didn't scout all 3 skills. So I was looking at them again now that their combines are out, and like, you know, some of them, they had like good combines, I finished scouting them. Some of them I didn't finish scouting just because, you know, the combine wasn't any good. So basically here, just kind of going back and reviewing a lot of the people that I had scouted already. So you know, since we weren't really looking at anyone new, I just decided, you know what, I'm going to speed up this part of the video because it took way too damn long. Alright, so we're here in the next week. We got our scouting points back, and this is the last week we can scout. And I feel like we're pretty much done, but I'm just going to kind of go through like our main positions of need one more time and just see if there's anyone that, if they meet the combine criteria, I'm probably going to try and kind of see how they turn out. So let's see here. I forgot who I looked at, honestly. But didn't meet it. This person met it. Okay, they had the B-. This is where I actually left off before. Jaron Ali. So we had the B- pursuit, C+ hit power, C+ power moves. So, not bad for a 5th rounder, but yeah. Let's go ahead and look at the right ends now. We're going to go back up to the top. Okay, not a lot of options here. That's right. Henry Pasaic, 23 years old. He meets the 40-yard. He meets my 3-cone. B- power moves, B- tackle, C+ pursuit. Okay, he might actually be a pretty good pickup. He's a little bit older, which is why I didn't scout him before, but he actually looks pretty good. Kirkland Campbell. Why didn't I look at him? Oh, because he didn't meet the 40-yard. Or the 3-cone, did he? No, he didn't meet either one. Right end here. This guy, he meets my 40-yard. He meets the 3-cone. He's 22 years old, B minus finesse, B minus hit power, and C plus block shedding. Not so bad. So I like him. And then let's go ahead and look at the defensive tackles now. We had some good defensive tackles on here, actually. Rashawn Waters, I'm trying to remember. I know I already looked at some of these folks. His bench was too low and his 40-yard was too high. John Jackson, his 40-yard is good, and his bench is actually good too. So he's got a B minus block shedding, B minus tackle, C plus hit power. He's projected mid-second rounder, but it says that he's a third-round talent. Even though I feel like he has good skills, I'm not going to star him because the fact that he's projected, or saying that he has talent that doesn't quite match where he's projected, and he's not a scheme fit, and he's a little bit older. I'm not gonna add him to the draft board. DeAndre Gels. So his 40-yard meets it. His bench press definitely meets it. C plus. He starts off with a C plus. C plus power moves and C plus block shedding. Okay, so he's C plus across the board, which isn't bad. Dimitri Richards. He has a 5.15 40-yard and a that doesn't meet it, so I'm gonna move on. All right, well, I went through all the defensive tackles, and there wasn't anyone else who met the scheme. So I think, guys, I think that's it. I think we're gonna be done. We're gonna have 69 scouting points left over. Maybe I shouldn't have upgraded his scouting points because we have all that left over. So let's go ahead and advance to the next week. And next week is going to be the draft, guys. We're going to do the draft in the next video. I am going to wrap up this video here. I know it's been kind of a long one. A lot of focus on our scouting and the draft board. So here we are, draft. If the Steelers can score a solid left defensive end, they might get a boost they need. I don't think so. NFL draft. Oh, that's right. We have the #1 pick. Okay. So I never saw who the Heisman winner was, but you know, oh well. We'll go ahead and start the draft in the next video, guys. So thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Again, this is a brand new channel. I'll take all the support I can get right now. And yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy, or I hope you enjoyed the Super Bowl, depending on when this gets uploaded. Bye.